Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
The season of graduation is upon us. Grad parties are everywhere all the time. How many invites did you get this year?
I got you, Carter. Derek had 2 cousins graduate, so 5.
So my daughter, Reagan, graduated. And so therefore we've got 600 graduations. My wife and I took out a loan to pay
great.
all these graduations.
So what do you do? As far as like going to everyone's party? What do
they
you
all
get
a card and some money, but we go to just a couple.
Okay.
Ours is based on convenience. We have so many other things going on in our life right now that if it's convenient for us to stop by, then we will. But otherwise, I'm sorry, I just can't get to all of them. But last weekend, and here's where I want to tell you about what happened. Last weekend, there's a grad party right next door. A boy that Reagan went to school with. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. It's Saturday. Theirs started at noon. It was going to go till like 5. I think that's a smart way because most people will get lunch somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then you just got to put out snacks. And this was really the only time last week that I had to cut our lawn. So I fire up the lawnmower. I do a quick trim. I hit it with the edger, the weed whacker, and then I'm done. And I go out there with my little leaf blower and I blow all the stuff off my driveway and I get it into the street like you're not supposed to, right? I find out later as I'm walking the dog that I'm now the village jerk because I mowed my lawn during someone else's graduation party. And I went, stop. When did everybody else in my neighborhood decide when I can mow my grass?
It's just like the people that work nights and then so they mow their lawn before they leave for work at, let's say, 8 p.m. Might be talking about certain specific people.
I don't have a problem with the 8 p.m. lawnmower.
You don't?
No,
you don't
who goes to bed at 8 p.m.?
A lot of people do.
Nobody goes to bed at 8 p.m. They wind down with somebody mowing the lawn.
Their
Big deal.
babies are sleeping.
This is 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. I'm getting chastised for mowing my own lawn right now.
You're right next door. And we're still dealing with the allergen issue. So the fact that you would kick it all up and send it someone's way.
You have allergies.
You're contributing to the spreading factor.
Then you can never mow your lawn. If the allergy thing is a factor, you can never mow your lawn because somebody might have a grass allergy.
Yeah, I'd say if there's a big party with a lot of people attending, you probably don't want to do that. So I'm weird like that.
I just wanted to ask you whether or not it's a jerk move to mow your lawn when there's a grad party going on next door. Because I really am. I want to put up a fight, but then again, I don't want to fight everybody.
I think you might. I love that everyone's talking about you. I think it's really funny.
Morning.
Hey, it's Joyce.
Oh, hey, this is Joyce, my neighbor. Joyce, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
This is an actual neighbor of yours?
So you heard about the situation. So I found out the other day when I was walking our dog that I'm like the neighborhood jerk now because I mowed my lawn during the graduation party last Saturday. Is that the thing?
Yeah, you are the village villain, I think.
I thought you were about to say it, and I was going to say it could go both
Is this
ways.
a jerk move? Be honest.
I mean, I'm 4 doors down, and I saw it, and I thought, this is such a bad decision.
Yes, he constantly makes those.
I have truncated timetables. I have a lot going on. I've got a ton of stuff going on with the radio station and my kids this summer, and I'm coaching multiple teams. I have like little windows to do this kind of stuff.
I just think it's etiquette.
Yeah.
It's like etiquette, right? You see that someone's having a party, and then you.
I was out there for an hour. It's not like I was mowing the lawn in my underwear or anything either. It was a quick hour. That was it.
I just want you to know that it's still being talked about, and it's not good.
Great.
People are all over the board with their opinions on how rude you are, dude.
How can you listen? It's graduation season. There was a graduation party next door last Saturday to our place, and I mowed the lawn, and nobody said anything while I was mowing the lawn.
Because a party was going on.
Probably because I had a cutoff shirt on and I was jacked, and they were like, "Don't mess with that guy."
Intimidation.
And I was drinking a Coors Light, and they were like, "Ooh, he's the neighborhood bully."
You didn't mow with your beer helmet on, did you?
No,
Okay.
no, it gets too foamy.
All right.
But I mowed the lawn. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. And I find out as I'm walking the dog the other day, I was talking to one of my neighbors, and he's like, "You're the jerk." And I go, "Wait, what?" And he goes, "Yeah, when you mowed your lawn." I go, and this is like 2 blocks away. The word has spread throughout my hood That jerk mowed his lawn during your graduation party next door. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So my question is it an actual jerk move to mow your lawn now?
Neighbor Joyce just chimed in. Your neighbor, 4 doors down, said everybody is still talking about you. Corinne says...
This is how little happens in my neighborhood, by the way, that I'm the talk.
Corinne says, listen, if you live in a small neighborhood like that, a little community, it's called etiquette. Tina says, common courtesy, man. It's the noise. It's annoying. Wonder if someone's going to mow this Saturday for Reagan's.
Good. And I would have zero problems. My daughter...
Your wife would have a problem.
My daughter's graduation party is this Friday. And it's this Friday afternoon and goes into the evening. If you would like to mow your lawn, good for you. And thank you for taking some pride in our neighborhood. That's what I would say.
That's what Cassie says. People need to get their undies out of a bunch over it. At least he's mowing his lawn.
Exactly.
It's not long grass.
Jen, jerk move or not?
No.
Thank you.
I don't normally agree with you, JJ, but I will agree with you on this.
I appreciate it.
So, Jen, if you're throwing a little party, let's say you're throwing like a garden party and you have some friends over and then your neighbor starts mowing their lawn and like every conversation you're like, what'd you say? Huh? What? You wouldn't have a problem with that?
I wasn't mowing it right next to them. It was a yard away.
Well, I normally am hard of hearing anyway, so I'd be doing that anyway.
Oh, God. All right, Jen, whatever. Okay.
It's the sounds of summer. And like JJ said, people are busy and they've got to do that stuff when they have time. And people do just have to deal with it. And people always want to complain about something. So
I just like that people are chiming in going, hey, at least you're taking care of your property. You know how many lawns you drive by right now and it looks like they haven't touched it all year?
Well, because that's the thing. They're either complaining that you are mowing your grass or they're going to talk behind your back and complain that your lawn is unruly looking. So it's like you can't win with some people.
Thank you for having my back, Jen. I appreciate it this one time.
You're welcome. Yeah, just one time. I can't promise a second.
The rest belongs to me.
Have a great morning. Thank you very much. Let's get Jason's thoughts on this. Jason?
Hey, dude, I just listened to your lawn mowing thing. I think it's hilarious because I mow lawns.
Yeah, but would you avoid, like, if there was, like, a company barbecue party, would you mow all around them?
No,
or would
you still got to mow the lawn, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to mow the lawn whenever you got time. I mean, like us, we do anywhere from, like, 13 to 20 lawns a day. I mean, if there's someone out next door, I mean, we have to do our job like you guys. You guys have to do your job. You're the radio.
Yeah, but it's not his job to mow a lawn. He lives next door. He saw a party going on, so he gasses up his mower.
Hey, Jason, how about the argument that Kat has that, somebody might have allergies next door? Do you guys think about the potential that there might be somebody with allergies next door when you're mowing a lawn?
I mean, I'm allergic to grass and trees, too, but I just go.
Yeah, Papa Zyrtex, sucker.
Yeah, what a great career choice. Didn't know he was a native of Uvalde, Texas, by the way, but Matt McConaughey made his way to the White House for a briefing yesterday and spoke about specifically one of the victims.
Maite wore green high-top Converse with a heart she had hand-drawn on the right toe because they represented her love of nature. Wore these every day. These are the same green Converse on her feet that turned out to be the only clear evidence that could identify her after the shooting. How about that?
He spoke a lot about how he feels we can keep our kids safe. Any parent even thinking about the topic, I mean, you'll get choked up like he did right there at the podium.
It's a long summer to think about this, right? I can see why so many people are choosing to homeschool their children. Their safety has just got to be paramount.
Megan Fox and fiance Machine Gun Kelly. I wonder if he'll go by his Christian name at the altar. Who knows? What is it?
What is
it?
Like
Cole?
Brian.
Colton.
Brian Smith.
Nope. But she's talking about how he is actually very, very romantic.
He's just a very romantic boy. Just the work that he put into designing my ring, very poetic and very romantic and very sweet. He's very thoughtful. He's done that like at Christmas and things before where he listens to every word I say and he remembers everything I've ever said. And so he'll get me Christmas gifts from something that I mentioned like the first week that I met him, and like that memory never left him.
He landed Megan Fox, a cougar. She's a few years older than him.
I would remember most things she said, too.
He will remember for the rest of his life. So Todd Chrisley's been on the show a few times. It was when his reality show, Chrisley Knows Best, was kicking off. Looks like they have been found guilty, he and his wife Julie, of bank fraud and tax evasion because I feel like they had that mentality of keeping up with the Joneses.
People around us see this pretty picture and think it's perfect. We're not perfect.
But perfect should be something you should strive to be. I expect a certain standard. I want us to live a certain way. Julie never gets stressed out over that kind of stuff.
If I did, I would be crazy. Because that's every day.
You need help. You need help. You can't offer me the help that I need. I don't know. This right here is beyond couch time.
So what are we thinking they're going to go away for? Do we know?
We don't know that. So that'll probably be over the next couple of days. Hopefully they have enough money squirreled away and they just didn't pay their taxes. I don't know. And then they can just pay it.
Rarely people do if they didn't pay their taxes.
Yeah. Blowing out their candles today, we have Kanye West turning 45. Bonnie Tyler is 71. And remember this moment with Maria Menounos? She's 44, by the way. Sat down with Justin Bieber and he totally made fun of
Selena
her.
Gomez said that she wants to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that, but
what do you think of that?
Sounds like something she'd say. I like that laugh.
Let's start with some good news.
I've got good news and good news.
Tell them the good news.
Good news?
Good news.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
What's good?
Well, just sitting with my grandparents and having lunch with them and just like talking and hearing their stories. It's amazing like what somebody that old has seen throughout their life. This woman was born in the roaring 20s, just celebrated turning 102.
When she was born, they just started flying airplanes.
Wow.
I can't imagine we'll ever see that happen. Birthday, dear. What's your favorite birthday memory?
There's too many birthdays.
Or just too many birthdays. And I think that this kid should be written out of the will. This is a two for good news, by the way. This guy celebrating turning 90 years old when his grandson Jeremy hops up there and starts roasting him.
I just want to say up front that I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so I'll try to be short and sweet, just like the birthday boy. I'm just kidding, by the way. He can't hear any of this.
Isn't he just the worst? The grandpa's like, oh yeah, you will not get any of my money. And that is what's good. So in case you missed it, the CDC raising its alert level for monkeypox.
We know that you can get it from skin-to-skin contact, particularly if there's an open sore. But you can also get it from the respiratory route.
Okay, so that's a little scary for people that are still suffering from long COVID or you have underlying health issues. So just be careful. It's been raised to a level 2. The highest is 3. Surveillance footage. So I watched this yesterday. It was being shared by a lot of our listeners on Facebook. So I'm like, what is going on with this? And it happened at Princeton Primary School. And there was a gym teacher named Kim Neubauer. And there was an 8-year-old. So the setup is this 8-year-old, they're all throwing their hockey sticks into a pile, okay? He might have thrown his a little bit too forcefully. He didn't like throw it at her. He just kind of like tossed it in the pile. She didn't like that. So she takes the hockey stick, chucks it at his face, knocks his tooth out.
The more I watch it, it's sad. I mean, she's like 5 feet and was like, she didn't even hesitate. She just grabbed it and threw with force, like she was intentionally trying to hurt him. What do you mean that there has to be an investigation? The teacher should just be immediately fired right there on the spot.
He just finished 2nd grade. He'll be going into 3rd grade. It's a new building. It's a new school. He's been asking me, well, do they have gym class? And what do they teach? And who's their gym teacher? And what do they do?
So now he's just paranoid, you know, like the next gym teacher, are they going to do that to my face this time? It was just really, it was a weird move for an adult to make on an 8-year-old
and
child.
then I read that this kind of got swept under and she was quietly allowed to retire and they even threw her a party and everything.
They congratulated her on their Facebook page, but that was taken down because so many people were like, why are you doing that? She shouldn't be highlighted when this is what her last moment is.
Push your buttons, but you think you'd be, you know,
if you're
less
teach
violent
that
as an elementary school teacher.
That, level of education, you need to know that you have to tolerate certain behavior. Not tolerate, but like help guide them.
Tolerate's the right word. You have to tolerate it. They're little kids.
So some people just don't know certain phrases. I was just talking about my mom not knowing what a certain phrase meant, and now I'm like encouraging her to use it more because it's funny. But this was taken out of context. This is New York Mets on-air broadcaster here.
So here we are again. The Mets stroking out 8 hits. Yeah,
Did you say stroking out?
Stroking out, yes. It's a baseball stroke.
I think you need to watch your language there. You know, we're getting older, and stroking out is something we don't want to be doing.
What do you say? I'm a creepy old man?
No. I think you're missing the point here. From a medical standpoint, you know what stroking out is?
There's 3 different versions of the term stroking out going on in this conversation.
But
1,
when you're that old, it means something else.
you might have a stroke. 2, it's a baseball term. And 3, you're pervy.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that he's used it before other places, you're like, oh, face palms.
Let's begin now.
Let's go on a Wednesday. What up from Playhouse? Some JJ Cat's here as well. What's good? How you living?
I am freezing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's a little nippy in here, but Kat goes, we're not in here 5 minutes prepping for the show. She goes, I have to go to your office and grab your blanket.
Oh my God, I feel like I have malaria. I need to go get like a hot coffee, but other than that, I think I'm good.
What'd you do yesterday? Give me one thing you did yesterday that was fun.
I'm pretty much loving summer already because Liam and I are back in the swing of shopping and lunching every day. So it's lovely.
Sounds dangerous.
It's amazing. So we met Derek at Mexican Village. I just ordered like a little spread. Each of us got a taco, ordered a quesadilla, so queso blanco. And then we went to Target, got him a new basketball, got a grad card for your daughter, and then home for a nap. And then we have baseball in Brooklyn Park. Didn't get home till 10.
Those are rough. I remember when my son was that age and we'd have some of those league games where we'd have to travel to like Mora.
Yeah.
For an 8 o'clock game on the school night. And I'd be like, dang.
Yeah,
but,
he fell asleep in the car. His whole life, he's never fallen asleep where he shouldn't. Like, not in his high chair, on stairs, on a couch. He always falls asleep in his bed. So it was weird to see him fall asleep in the car. But so I had to slam on the brakes, wake him up.
It's weird that you mentioned my daughter's graduation because my house right now is a beehive of activity. My daughter's party is Friday night. And we're going to have Lily's Wings cater it, right?
Yum. Liam's very excited about that.
Right now, we're in the process of cleaning, touch-up, painting, that kind of stuff, right? And one of the big projects is our hot tub. This is the time of the year where it's got to get drained, it's got to get scrubbed, and my daughter's kind of having the after party there, so she wanted it clean and everything. And I go, perfect. Here's what I'll do for you, Reagan. I'll get the pump running. I'll get it drained. Somebody's got to get in there. Just get it scrubbed because you got to do it every once in a while. And then I'll get it refilled, brand new chemicals. It'll be perfect for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Dad. Maybe just, I said, I'll get it filled, but I need you to, once it's drained, to get in there, scrub it, hose it down.
There it is.
Then she goes, you know what? Just put the cover on.
A little bit of work.
So I go, all right, well, I got to do it anyways. It needs to be drained and filled, and I like it every once in a while, right? So I start draining it yesterday. My son comes up. He comes home from work, and this is the oldest. Hey, do you need help with anything, Dad? Okay, yes, Peyton, I do. Thank you.
That's really nice.
Here's what I need. I'm gonna pump everything out of the hot tub, but then can you just grab a sponge, like the dual-sided sponge? One's got the abrasive side, the other's got the sponge.
Yeah.
And grab a bucket of warm water and just wash the sides. Just scrub it down quick. Mm-hmm. And then what I'll do is I'll hose the rest of it down. I'll throw the pump back in there. I'll pump it all out. I'll grab any remaining stuff and I'll get it filled. This is a less than 20-minute project. He's not 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
And I started dinner real quick before we had a baseball game, and he comes upstairs like, mosquitoes are too bad. I can't do this. I go, you are kidding me. Down by our deck are at least 70 to 80 different types of mosquito repellent.
Yeah.
And I go, can you put some of that on? Well, I'm going to have guys over later, and I don't want to smell like that. I said, you know what? Dad will take care of it.
I just can't.
And so I put the hammer down last night. I said, all of you privileged jerks are done using my stuff.
Yeah.
From now on, you ask to use anything. And if you haven't worked on it, cleaned it, then you clean it or work on it, and then you can use it moving forward. That includes my garage, my home, my electricity, my furnace, my air conditioning, and my water.
That's adorable that you think that will stick.
That lasted 8 seconds.
There you go.
Leave it to Kat to find a way to make us have to talk about school when school is out.
Liam had to run back yesterday with Derek real quick because the nurses said, listen, if you don't pick up your inhaler, which it still had like 190 puffs left. I'm like, well, that could get us through the summer.
That go bad on you?
It does expire, but he uses it enough, like a couple a day. But he went inside to get it, and he looks at Derek. He's like, oh, when I go to a different school, when I go to middle school, I'm going to miss this smell. I love my school's smell. He likes the smell of the back hallway, too. I'm like, I think that's black mold.
It's must.
I'm
so old that my elementary school smelled like cigarettes because the teacher, I had a teacher, I can't remember who I was telling this to the other day, but I had a teacher, Mr. Brown, that he had been there so long that and in most elementary schools, the windows are pretty low. You know what I mean? Like they're only like 3 feet off the ground, but they're big, giant windows. He would sit in his chair and he'd roll over there and he'd crack the window and he'd smoke out I'd do it all the time. Smoke out the window, yeah. If we were having a test or if he had like, where you got those down hours where you can catch up on your homework or whatever, all the time you'd hear, he'd have his lighter behind his desk, and he'd light it, and he'd roll over there and he'd go.
That is crazy.
Out the window.
Oh, wow.
You never had a teacher that smoked in class?
No.
Oh, my God. I feel really, really old right now. But, yeah, it was Mr. Brown. He'd roll over there, and he'd hit a heater every day, at least one during class.
Oh, man. I think about my elementary school. I went to Wilson Elementary, and we just had, like, the best teachers. I look back, and they were, like, the ones with the fupas, but they were so loving, like they were ugly.
They weren't trying to be sexy. They weren't trying to be cute and good looking.
Yeah.
They were trying to educate.
Now you got like 24-year-old tan, nails done, blonde-haired teachers. Not saying there's anything wrong with that.
I would have failed 5 grades just to stick around there a little bit longer.
My teachers did not look like that growing up, but I had the most loving teachers.
I wanted to get to college as fast as possible for the good-looking ones.
Yeah. I had Mrs. Nyrop for music, and her butt went in. She didn't, no joke, she didn't have a butt at all. It wasn't even flat. It was like the pants would go in. It was crazy.
Our question then is, what do you miss the most about elementary school? Let's start with Harry. What are we missing the most, man?
Oh, geez. The field trip.
The field trips, yes, like Valley Fair, went to the Kelly Farm Science Museum.
It was usually Riverside Park.
Oh, you guys went to a poor school.
You didn't have to pay for that,
for free,
did you?
We all get to that point where, or most of us, I guess, hopefully get to that point where you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing day. I got down on a knee. She said yes. Wedding bells in our future. And you're thinking to myself, this is going to be a great day. I got my best friends here. I got my family here. I got the woman I'd like to spend the rest of my life with here. But there is one small, maybe potential problem. And when we got this message from Alex, I was like, dude, I never had to think about this because my best man was my old man. So my dad put together this kind, quick, 45-second speech about life and doing it together and yada, yada, yada. And it was classy and it was out. And I could tell that if he would have been a younger man, and it would have been his friend instead of his kid, it would have been greatly different. So let's just start with this, Alex. How long until the wedding here?
Getting married in 2 weeks.
Well, hey, Congratulations. Very, very cool. And your concern is with whom?
Well, my best man. He is definitely my best friend. Great guy. And but he definitely likes to live life full throttle.
Sure.
And I was asking him about his best man speech, and he proceeded to provide me with some details on it, and I was, even myself, was a little bit kind of blown away by what he thought he was going to share at our wedding.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the message you sent us, there are some F-bombs in it.
Oh, yeah. Not only is it just what he had prepared so far riddled with swear words, but he was also telling some stories that probably just go better left
Yeah, all of us when we get married, there's that part of you where like, oh my God, one of my friends is going to stand up, get drunk, and tell some stories that I don't want to share with this crowd. And this is this guy. He's going to do this. You're almost positive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, based on the conversation that we already had. So, our grandmas are going to be there and the in-laws and everything. And I'm just like, I don't really know if I should tell him to clean it up. Or
is he gonna, even if you say anything, is he gonna do anything about this? Because I feel like now that I get to know you a little bit and this guy, like he's not gonna clean this up.
But what kind of horrible friend is that he wouldn't like just value your wishes and put you in this position? Like that's not a best friend in my mind.
Well, I mean, I just don't know if he connects the dots.
Okay, he's that guy.
Some stories are just, there's a right story for the right crowd.
Yeah. You should have the DJ ready to shut the mic off at any minute.
Yeah, you got to have somebody with their finger on the trigger. So I'm guessing your struggle here is if you say something to him, he's probably not going to change his ways. So, I mean, are you going to tell your fiance about this?
I mean, I feel like I have to tell her, at least preface it. Otherwise, it could be bad.
But what if she shuts it down then? What if she's like, hey, he can't be part of the wedding anymore? Then how do you handle that?
Oh, my gosh. It would just be, I don't know, another story in the old book.
A call that we got from Ryan a couple of minutes ago, and he's basically really, really nervous about his best man speech because this guy, he said, what is it, lives full throttle? Is that what the term he used?
The fact that Alex has to be worried about something like that on his wedding day, how do you feel about that?
I don't know if I would really be too worried. If it's his best man, he should have known asking him that this could potentially have happened.
Sometimes you put the faith in people that are just not willing to be faithful to you.
The thing is, you could have a friend that's like totally off the wall and crazy, but like if they are a true friend like that, they would know when an appropriate time is to tell stories about, hot tubs and ex-girlfriends and crazy antics. I just don't think a wedding reception is that place.
So you're saying don't worry about it. If he's your best man, he knows what the right thing to do is, huh?
Well, they didn't really give too many details about what would be in the speech, but
he did mention plenty of cuss words that would probably get grandma and grandpa offended.
And little kids running around, parents are going to have a problem with that. So,
yeah, I would just tell him, there's a time limit. We got to keep it short. And
brevity.
Yeah, hopefully his shortened version.
You know how many swear words I can fit in 3 minutes?
Thank you, Erica. Have a great morning. I appreciate it. Gilbert, best man stuff. What do you do here, man?
My best man speech was totally off the wall.
Now, what did you say that you would consider off the wall?
Well, it wasn't too bad because, before the wedding, we just got totally hammered.
Okay, all right. And this is you giving the speech, or this was your best man?
No. This is my best man. My best man is actually, he's my best man. It was the squad. And his best man speech was basically him talking about how we were when we first met.
Yeah. Okay, like when you were dumb little kids.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he goes, if everyone knows me, and the longer I talk, the more weird it's going to get. And he just dropped the mic.
That was it? Oh, so he really didn't, out any of your secrets or offend anyone. He just said...
No. It was... He kind of kept it pretty just like that. And I was like, okay. And my wife goes, is he drunk? Yeah.
But were you super nervous about what he was going to say? Be honest.
No, because I was basically you got your best man speech, right? I go, yeah. Okay. Is it? No, don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I was like, okay. And yeah, he just kept it like that. And that was it.
Radio Paparazzi. Chloe drilling her mom, Kris Jenner, and she's like, listen, I'm hearing all these rumors. What's the truth?
Mom, I've heard from so many people that you're secretly married. No, I'm not secretly married. Let me see your hands. Looks like it. Stop. You think I'm going to get married and not have a big-ass party? 1,000%. I think you guys are going to just sneak it on by. I've heard from 4 different people. No, Chloe, I'm not secretly married. I swear to God, on all my kids and Daddy. Okay.
Oh, good. I was losing a lot of sleep over wondering about that one.
Yeah. All right, so Jack Harlow, he's dishing on his first celebrity crush. And you know what? I've seen weirder things happen, i.e. Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian.
My first crush was Vanessa Hudgens. I was in 5th grade, and I was like, yeah, she's just right up my alley. I would be a little nervous if I met Vanessa Hudgens just because the anticipation for me has been damn near 2 decades now. No, Vanessa, if you're watching this, I think you're married, but
no,
maybe not. Who knows?
She's on the market, right?
I think she is single, and she just hosted the MTV Music Awards.
Jack Harlow, your stock is up, man. You should take a run at this.
Nick Cannon, I thought he was done with this, but I guess not. Procreating is his game here.
It says you have 3 babies on the way. Is that true or false?
Well, when you say on the way, what count you at? Let's just put it
on
this
the way. They're not here yet.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're coming.
The stork is on the way.
The stork has the package?
Yes. If you thought the numbers I put up in 2021 was...
Wait till you see what happens in 2022.
So I got depressed, with the loss of my son and stuff. So in December, I broke the celibacy, but I was probably celibate for probably a month and a half.
So did he just say, if you thought my 2021 numbers were big as far as how many women I impregnated, wait till you hear what's going to happen in 2022?
That's why I think his method is pretty disgusting. He's talking about it like it is a game to him.
This is crazy.
Yes, it is. I don't know what's going on. He has one that is due to arrive in the world in, I don't know, a month or so. Just took her on a baby moon, so I don't know what's going on. Blowing out their candles today, we have Bonnie Tyler turning 71. Boz Scaggs is 78. As Pastor Joel Osteen took the stage, he began preaching at his Lakewood Church in Austin, Texas on Sunday. There were a few attendees that showed a little bit more than you'd normally see at a service. These 3 women, they stood up and stripped to their underwear.
God bless you.
It's my body, my choice. It's my body, my choice.
Chapter 4. Wait,
hell no. My body, my choice. I am who I say I am. I do what I say I can do because I have a choice.
There you go. So I don't know how many moves they made with that crowd. Sometimes you don't want to go inside the hornet's nest. They were in the middle of the venue instead of just maybe picketing outside where they could quickly run to their car, but they were taken out.
Here's my thought on this. You're clearly protesting there because those people don't share your thoughts on this, right? Or share your opinions on this?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to sway them?
Not that way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the place. I think you can do better as far as getting out maybe on the street or something like that.
And then you say the F-bomb in the middle of a Sunday service.
I don't think you're going to sway a whole lot of people by disrupting that.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Today is a very special day, a very happy day for me.
It's a Wednesday, just like any other Wednesday.
We have to celebrate.
What are we celebrating anyway?
It's National Best Friend Day.
National Best Friends Day.
You're my bestest friend.
Well, if it ain't my bestest friend on God's flat earth.
Happy Wednesday.
And now, on with the show.
You're my bestest friend. You know, this is an opportunity. I want you to, aside from your wife, who would you consider your best friend? Would it be Jay?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I was thinking about this when I knew you wanted to talk about it. And my angle was I had one best friend growing up, and he moved away when I was probably in 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I saw him once that year, and then that was just it. But then I saw him as we were grown-ups. We were 22, 23, not grown-ups, I guess, but 22 or 23. And we didn't have anything to talk about.
Oh, really?
It was very awkward. I remember just feeling, because we're having a beer at a bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Johnny, I haven't seen you in forever. What's going on? Oh, no, got this job.
Hey, remember when we rode bikes?
Yeah, I'm that was it. I tried a couple of those. Remember things?
Yeah.
And it was just so, our lives had gone some completely different ways.
Yeah.
He got done with high school, got a job, had a girlfriend, bought a house. Mm-hmm. I'm 23, fresh out of college, not knowing what I'm going to do with the rest of my life, just living that life. And we had nothing in common anymore. Spent every waking moment together as kids. And then got to be adults and had nothing in common.
But that's okay.
It happens, but it was just very odd.
So right now at 251-1047, I want you to name your best friend and what you love about that person. Sometimes it's nice to just acknowledge them for how cool they are. We'll name off a few and get your shout out there. Who's your best friend?
Today is the day that as soon as we leave here, we will head out to a golf course. And we'll sit at, 616? Hole 16, I believe.
I'm good with whatever hole.
We'll sit there. Keeping that. We'll sit there, and the high-level rollers that advertise on our radio stations get to play golf for free as a way. It's our Leighton Broadcasting client appreciation golf outing.
Yeah.
And so
it felt weird not having it for a couple of years. I really do look forward to just getting some vitamin D and having some drinks and eating some brats, and it's a lot of fun, I think.
So the clients that you hear advertised, they get invited and they get to go golf for free. And what they do with the air talent, the DJs from the stations, is we sit at the golf hole, and then everybody comes up to us and says, "Oh, that's great. I listened to another radio station." Yeah. And then we go, "Thanks for spending all your money and paying our salaries," and hit the ball, and off you go. Yeah. Right? So that's it. So it's kind of it's a weird situation. It's kind of like if you drive by Gilliland and they have that one Corvette that's like the $93,000 one they got out front. Mm-hmm. You walk by, you're probably not going to drive it. You don't dare touch it.
You dream about it.
But you look at it.
Yeah.
And then you move on to your other car that you're gonna buy a Malibu or something, right? So that's us. We're just gonna sit there for
the day. Corvette.
But I wanted to ask you guys real quick, and a lot of people are probably just getting to work or you're gonna go to work. Does your company still do stuff like this? Because when COVID hit, even before COVID hit, a lot of companies that scale back on this stuff, they weren't doing giant client boat outings or dinners and stuff like that. They don't take their high roller clients and fly them to Vegas for the weekend and stuff like that. But our company has kind of kept doing this because it's a good way for us to say thank you to these clients for advertising and doing stuff with our radio stations and through our websites and stuff like that. But does your company, and this is just what I'm looking for you to do real quick, and you can give a shout out to your company. I'd love to shout them out if they're still doing something like this.
All right. So Liam is still on this kick because, I don't know, did you talk to him again about getting a dog? Did you tell him?
I talk to him every time I see him about getting a dog. We text all the time about which kind of dogs I think he would like. Phone. I text somebody all the time that replies back about words like Labradoodle and Yorkie and stuff like that. But no, I don't know why you guys continually resist getting your child a dog. He obviously wants one.
We're not pet people anymore. You know, a while back, I had a situation where I felt like I was losing my mind. I used to be a doctor, and I was, more so a vet. And I was living with my significant other, and we had kids. And they actually left to go to camp. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay here. And then, just something crazy happened. I don't know what happened with the universe. All the stars aligned. And all of a sudden, I could start hearing these pets, these animals. And I don't want to be in that situation again. I thought I was going crazy, but it turns out I wasn't. They were really communicating with me. And I really found, that the animal kingdom has a lot of the same issues that we have. And so when these dogs, these squirrels, just relationship issues, the worry about where we're going to get our next meal from. And, medical bills rolling in.
Hold that thought real quick. Okay. Hi, good morning, KCLD. How are you? Good.
Pat's talking about Dr. Doolittle.
She is all of a sudden Dr. Doolittle. Yes, well done.
I literally forgot that was the movie I was doing. He goes, "Are you ready?" I'm like, "Sure." I've really only seen like half of it.
Trending today is Velveeta Pinkies Out Polish. This is yellow nail polish you can get for $15. And it smells like Velveeta cheese.
Gross. That's disgusting. I feel like if you put your fingertips into like a brick of Velveeta cheese, it would just stain it anyway. So why pay $15?
Well, because it's going to have that bright yellow all the time. Now, I'm telling you, you paint your nails, you take a big whiff, and it smells like cheese whenever you want it to.
That was the thing. Like back in middle school, we would paint our nails, and then you put that clear top coat on, and it was either like cherry or grape, banana.
I feel like I need to add a disclaimer here for you, Kat, because some mornings I see you, when you make that choice of, let me see what's in the radio station fridge, combine them and microwave them, and then eat them while we're on the air. I need to tell you that this cheese-scented nail polish does not taste like cheese. They're being very forthright in saying, do not eat the nail polish. Like straight out of the jar, don't paint your tongue and think it's going to taste like cheese all day.
That would be the craziest job to have to write disclaimers for companies because, like, I have to literally tell adults not to eat.
You have to think of the stupidest human on the planet and write a disclaimer for them. So I thought, all right, well, let's get creative then because our audience is pretty smart and I think you know what you want. If you were to create a nail polish with the scent that would make you the happiest, it would be...
Okay, I have two odd ones. One is gasoline.
A lot of people are going to do gas, I think.
On your fingers when you're driving.
But you can do that whenever you want. All you got to do is, like, when you're done pumping, just touch the tip of it. Yeah.
Gross. Don't do that.
Don't touch the tip.
And then the other one is rustic wood. You know what that is. It's like that Glade one that your wife got me hooked on. I love that smell. I like the manlier smell.
I'm a little closer to your second one. I want varnish. Like when you put varnish on fresh wood, you just got it sanded.
Lacquer.
And then you put that varnish on there. There's a scent to that.
Yeah.
That usually you get on your fingers because you just use a rag and it kind of gets into your pores for a while. You wake up in the morning and smell that.
Start drooling, can't remember your name. That's not good. You should not inhale varnish.
What?
Have you seen the picture that is like going viral right now? That's Cole Sprouse. Do you remember him? He was the little boy on Big Daddy, Frankenstein.
Wait. What's with this
and then
butt?
There's Zach and Cody.
What?
Is that a real
that
butt?
Can't be real.
It is viral right now. You have to look at it.
Photoshop that.
Please text us if you have seen this photo and look between the legs. Like, that is real, right?
No. Nobody's shaped like that.
Says,
no man is shaped like that.
Good morning, publicity team is what he labeled this on Instagram. Oh, my God. That just like, I grabbed my pearls there.
Nobody's shaped like that.
You see it's hanging down, though? Is that what it looks like from behind?
I don't know. I've never taken the old selfie with the mirror. No, I don't think anybody's looking into that. Yeah. Thank you guys again for making us part of your morning. It was a few weeks ago that a young woman approached Kat at a radio station event and said, I'm JJ's former intern, and I don't need a man, but I'd like a man. I'm very busy. I'm okay by myself, but I think it'd be cool if I could get a guy in my life, and I've tried all sorts of different things. Maybe you guys would want to help me find some love. And we're like,
yeah, why not?
All right, there's no guarantee here, but we'll try. Her name is Jessica, and she joined the show. And
she's 35, and she's looking for a guy. These are some requirements. She gave us the pros and cons about herself. She wants a guy that is stable financially. She doesn't care if they have kids. And yeah, so
she's bubbly. She's easygoing.
She's so awesome.
She's very funny. And so we said, all right, let's pay for the dinner. Since we let her choose the guy. We didn't choose. We gave her I don't know, a half a dozen guys that were kind of, serious about this. And she chose a dude. And we talked to her yesterday, and they were supposed to go out last night. So we say, basically, how did it go?
It went good.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how
I feel her. She went up in inflection.
Good.
It went good.
I mean, for me, it's 100% about the flow of conversation. Were there a lot of like lulls, or did it seem to carry well?
It went okay. We talked a lot about, work, and he has kids, so we talked about family and, the basics.
So is that something that you'd be open to, becoming a stepmom or like embracing children, or do you want to start fresh with someone that doesn't have any kids?
I'd be okay with somebody who had kids, yeah. I'm actually a stepkid myself, so.
Oh, got it.
Now, would you consider this a love connection or not so much, like you might need to redate or date again, or is it just not going to happen?
I'm not sure yet. I take things slow, so we'll see.
Okay.
I've already heard from him this morning, so.
Oh,
wow,
okay.
that's nice. He has a friendly face. Yeah. You sent us a selfie, so that was nice. What did you eat? What did he eat?
He had a burger and fries, and I had pasta.
All right.
You went with the pasta. That sends a clear message.
Nice. You're not getting a little side salad. That's good. You're like, listen, this is me.
I'm a real human. I like that.
Yeah. I'm not one of those girls.
Well, thanks for checking in. I really want you to kind of keep us abreast of your dating situation if it goes any further with Andrew, okay?
Sounds good.
Wake up with the Playhouse. KCLD.
She's off the line. You think this is going anywhere or not?
I don't know.
I didn't get a vibe.
I didn't either. But she has many more to choose from. So go down the line.
A lot of fish in the St. Cloud area.
For sure.
So
Lake George. I do Lake George.
Are there fish actually in Lake George
Yes,
anymore?
there are. People are fishing there all the time. Can you eat them, though?
What kind of fish are in Lake George? I heard there's cars on the bottom.
There's salmon.
like cars, like actually on the bottom of that lake.
Who's telling you this stuff?
I think there is. I think it's deep enough that I think something happened back in like the 70s where there's a couple of cars at the bottom of that lake.
They just made that lake.
No, they didn't just make it. It's been around for a long time.
I don't know if you know what you're talking about.
Listen, somebody real quick call 251-1047 if you can verify or put to rest the fact that there are automobiles at the bottom of Lake George.
And if you can eat those fish there. Because why would you fish just for sport at Lake George? They eat those fish because they have coolers. They bring coolers, their bait, and their line. I've seen it. It's every day.
It's so weird to have a lake in the middle of the city like this.
I like it.
Jamie's here to clear it all up for us.
Actually, if you go to the Stearns History Museum, they have an entire thing about Lake George. It's huge.
Well, tell us about it.
Are there cars at the bottom of Lake George?
Listen,
Jamie?
It's 8 acres and it's 35 feet deep. So it's not like the quarries or anything like that.
There's construction equipment in Lake George. Like they lost construction equipment.
That's good enough for me. I'll take that. Now, can you eat the fish?
I mean, you could. I don't know if you'd want to. It's a lot of ducks that live in there.
Oh, because duck poop doesn't work well with fish?
I'd eat the ducks. Have you ever had duck wontons?
I don't know. I wouldn't eat the fish there, but I'm sure you could if you really wanted to.
Jamie, have you ever tinkled in Lake George?
I have not. Lake George, actually, there is a sinkhole that is in Lake George, and they don't know exactly where it goes. Lake George actually used to be most of downtown St. Cloud. That's actually been shrank down.
Wow.
So when they say there's cars and construction equipment, that's true, but they don't know where it went.
How do you know so much? And they're black crappies, by the way, bluegills and largemouth bass.
All right, so you got some sunnies in there.
Stearns History Museum has an entire thing about Lake George. It's really kind of neat.
You know, I've driven past that Stearns History Museum sign at least 10,000 times in my life, and I've never thought once of going in there.
Oh, they do a Halloween thing every year for kids. So I used to take my daughter there every year, and it was like a big scavenger hunt. And then, of course, being the adult that I am, I'm like, I'm going to read all the things here, too, because why not?
I just took my kids trick-or-treating. You're a much better parent than I am.
Sort of. I just wanted the free candy.
Sort of.
You know me, I don't like to talk about anything until it's final, but I'm getting something named after me on a menu, and I'm so excited.
Such a celebrity, oh my God.
I can't say where it's going to be because it's not completely final yet, but I've been told to pick from the following. I can either have a drink named after me.
Yep.
A salad.
Nope.
I love salads. I eat salads every day. Or a sandwich.
Nope. It's a drink. It's got to be a drink.
I don't know about that, but I want you to, you got to pick from those three categories, just one of those. And it would be called the JJ, or if you're listening, your name is Tiffany.
Could yours be a cat witch if it's a sandwich? Could
made
it be
out
a
of
cat
cat?
witch? Yeah, made out of pure
cat meat.
Roaming cats from downtown. They grab one,
this
they
one
chop
was
it
from
up.
the beautiful alley off 3rd.
It'll be specially marinated and seasoned just so.
Well, I probably just lost the endorsement talking like that because I think the person's a cat lover. But I want to know.
You can still love cats and eat them. I love cows and I eat them. I love chickens and I eat them.
Cows and you don't love chickens. I love lamb. So here we go. The categories are drink, salad, or sandwich. And they name it after you. What is it? What kind of drink? What kind of salad? What kind of sandwich?
Let me step aside here and make way for Kat's giant head to get through the doorway because when you're this big of a celebrity, you get stuff named after you, apparently.
I feel like I've made it. There are certain parts of your career where you're like, where can I go from here? I've crashed through that glass ceiling and I'm ready to have either.
Look out, Seacrest.
A drink, which could be cold, hot coffee, whatever, a salad or a sandwich named after me. The thing is, I have to pick and then I have to kind of create what would be in it. So start thinking about what drink or meal the JJ would be.
Several drinks proposed, ready to go.
All right. So my drink would be the kombucha because I'm a freak about probiotics and kombucha. I love it. So it'd be grapefruit and basil. Yum. Then I had to think of a sandwich idea. You got to give it a try. It's really good for your gut. You got a lot of guts.
Wow.
I don't know why I said that. That was really mean-spirited. Did you hear that?
I did.
Oh, no.
All of it. I think a couple 100,000 people heard it, too.
All right, let's move on to
not a good look.
The sandwich. It's called the cat, obviously. Sourdough, shredded turkey, so built up, okay? A lot of turkey. Gouda, Gruyere cheese.
Gouda.
Because it's Gouda. Tomato, avocado, oil, salt, and pepper. And then it's heated up. It's like a panini style. Okay,
I want those avocados heated up.
Then don't eat the cat. See, there's no right way of saying any of this. And then the salad would be Cat's S&T, which sounds dirty, but it's not. It's surf and turf. So steak and shrimp salad, red and green peppers, olive oil dressing, blue cheese chunks, and artichoke chunks.
If you take the artichoke and the blue cheese out of there, that's the one I would go with if I saw it on a menu.
And it's only half
three.
the salad. You just took out half the salad.
Yeah, I don't like artichokes.
So those are my 3 that I might bring to the meeting, and hopefully one takes. You say yours, and I'll get to Taylor's who texted in.
Okay, I have a couple of suggestions here.
Okay.
All right. Mine are all drinks having to do with energy drink, my favorite energy drink right now. Okay. So the first one would be JJ's Bangin' Cream. So it'd be Bang energy drink and cream soda mixed together.
Okay, we're going to go back to the drawing board with the title.
Okay. How about JJ's Bangin' Stewart?
Okay.
This would be Stewart's grape soda along with some Bang energy drink.
Is Stewart's a hard soda?
No.
None of this is alcoholic.
None of these are alcoholic.
Okay.
This is you can give them to your kids if you want them to not go to sleep.
All right.
How about JJ's Bangin' Dr. Brown?
Bangin' Dr. Brown. Okay.
So it's the Dr. Brown root beer, which is some of my favorite root beer, and then Bang energy drink.
Okay.
If you don't like any of my banging combinations,
then
we could go with JJ's Sun Drop Belly Flop.
Okay.
So this one would be the alcoholic one.
I think I've had that before.
This is the Sun Drop. It's like that lemon soda.
Yeah.
And then 4 shots of vodka.
So this one is an alcoholic.
This is the one where this is like you can it. You bring it out on the boat.
Okay.
And then when you're about ready to jump on the lily pad, you belly flop after you pound one of these.
Did you grab some JJ's? Everyone's like, yeah, we're ready for
Get
the
a
boat.
Sun Drop belly flop.
Okay. All right. Taylor's is, I would have a Taylor sandwich, grilled PB&J, outside of the bread, slathered with mayo. So it's like a salty and sweet, gooey, just like me. Taylor, you got to have that in the description on the menu for sure.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.